Hi everyone, welcome back. The 100 days of the DevOps with AI tools learning path journey. I hope so you have completed the day 36 agenda. That is about application load balancer and how do we define the target groups with the listeners. Yeah, one of the important section as a DevOps engineer, which we should know that how do we configure the load balancers to the backend, the resources. Yeah, if we didn't complete it, that concept, yes, go ahead and complete that concept. Yeah, now this is the time to move into this next agenda. But before starting that agenda, so if you're following the learning path journey and if you think this is very helpful to you and about your friends and colleagues, yeah, then please like, comment and share the video. And don't forget to subscribe for exciting content to receive the latest updates. Yeah, now let's go ahead to understand the day 37 agenda that is about auto scaling group. Yeah, as we are following about our workflow, so let me open this workflow. Yeah, 100 days of the DevOps, and we are in the process of cloud journey. And in that cloud journey, so we are in the day 37. Yeah, so let's try to understand it. What are the important points which we should know from this section? Yes, so we look into those points. Yes, let's go ahead and understand those concepts. Yeah, important points. What do we need to remember this is from the auto scaling group. Yeah, we should understand that the usage of the auto scaling group. Yeah, so that is the main the feature of that AWS, right? Or a cloud. So auto scaling group, yes, like dynamically, how do we manage that? The resources. Yeah, on the base of the load is increasing. Yes, how do we configure about the scaling policies to handle the load on the current systems, and as well as how do we configure that the scale out policies and the scale in policies using the CloudWatch alarms. Yeah, the scaling auto scaling group is one of the important. This is like before we were understanding that the load balancer with the target groups, but in the target groups we were adding the statistically the instances to the group. That is not dynamic. So if you add it like a 4 instances, always the 4 instances. So that is normal ALB with the target group. But ALB with the auto scaling group is dynamically on the base of the current the attributes point of view or rules point of view. Yes, network in or network out or CPU load or load on that like the EC2 instances. So we can use it to these rules and we can configure the policies. And all these rules, we can watch it by using the CloudWatch alarm, and we can manage it, the number of EC2 instances in a group dynamically. Yeah, configuring about it, auto scaling group. And if you'd like to configure those important attributes, which we should know that, yes, those are all like important attributes about template configuration. And then defining about it backend load balancers and the scaling policies and the scaling rules, configuring the CloudWatch alarm, mapping to that. And once if you configure that auto scaling group, yes, like mapping this auto scaling group with the ALB, that is the load balancer, is also important. Because if you have the 10 EC2 instances, 10 URLs will be having that, right? 10 endpoints. But all the 10 endpoints, are you going to access this one by one endpoint? No, we define the load balancer. Yeah, load balancer mapping with the scaling groups. Yeah, these are all some important concepts which have been concepts wise it has been covered, and as well as you will be having the complete demonstration of auto scaling group. And one more important point in this auto scaling group, suppose if you would like to migrate that the system capacity, that is about T2 instances to that some like a T3 instances which you need to migrate it. without having any impact or without giving any impact to the end user. How do you do that activity? That is, we say that rolling update activities also. Yeah, how do you update that instances in a group? Yeah, this is a very, very important concept, auto scaling group. So one of the cloud feature, that is scaling features, that is a scale in, scale out. How do we configure it with the policies, and how do you monitor it, those policies with the CloudWatch alarm? Yeah, all these points that have been covered. So if you go to the forum link, the video, which is almost 2 hours video, the completely given the demonstration, and lab guide also, the step-by-step lab guide also, which you can access it from this section. So don't miss this, the agenda. So learn it about that auto scaling group, and the go ahead understanding that how to configure this auto scaling group, and use the lab guide and try to practice it that. Yeah, so that's all from my side. So in this agenda, and we'll see this in the next agenda. Thank you.